Welcome hunters! I'm in my stream setup today and I want to give you a small overview over the lance, because I think the lance is a much underappreciated weapon. Most people think of it as slow and sluggish, and I think it's quite the opposite. I will do that without a script, so prepare for a lot of blubbers and we make it up as we go. So first up, you got your mid thrust and your high thrust. You can change them up as 3 times and mix them up as you go. You can do an endless combo chain if you do a hop at the end, or a counter thrust. Counter thrust, of course, you can charge for a little bit more damage. And as a rule of thumb, the high thrust does a little more damage than the mid thrust, but not much. The next thing is, if you want to close the gap between you and the monster, you can block, and while you press forward and X, jump with your shield. This will block one attack, and if you chain it with the A button, you can do a leaping thrust at the end, which covers quite a distance. Another thing to close the distance is to do the dash attack. You can do this as long as you have stamina. So if you like this attack, dash juice is definitely the way to go. Then of course you have your block, and while you are guarding, you can do the mid thrust. This is very slow in comparison to the normal thrust, but you have the advantage of turtling up. And of course you can't do the upward thrust because you would do the charge instead. In addition to your normal guard, you have power guard. So if you're in this charge animation, you could press B, which will do this Spartan move, and as long as you have stamina, you will be totally immune to any attacks. But as you saw, the stamina really depletes fast, and if it's empty, you're open for a counter attack. Another good block is a new wire buff move, which not only blocks the attack, but counters it and gives you an attack boost at the same time. And as stronger the move is you block, the stronger will be the attack boost. But if you like the offensive more, you can switch this wire buck move against this charge. And with the final thrust, you can change the direction during your first charge, and you will automatically change direction if the first is finished. So you can attack the monster from the side or charge through it and back in one move. Speaking of switch skills, instead of the lance charge, you can get block charge, which is very powerful. You charge with your shield, and as of my testing, it seems, with the exception of sleep attacks, you really can charge through everything. Even Magnum Malo's supernova attack you can just charge through and finish this off with this really wide jab. In addition to that, it's really good to close distance to the monster. The next switch skill will switch up your guard to a more parry-like move. You see he takes his shield and wiggles it around. This opens you up for a counter attack. Your timing really has to be good. Oops. But if you do get the timing right, you get this insta block, which totally negates any incoming damage. And you can even counter it with this cross slash if you press A in the moment you parry. Word of caution: if a monster have a 1-2 hit attack like Nagakuga or Zinogre, They will interrupt your cross slash, and you really get severely punished for the attack. So you would have to use parry twice in a row and use the cross slash after that. This brings us to the last wire bug skill, the kunai. You can jab that kunai into the monster and tether yourself to it. So every time it tries to get away, you can do this jump attack on him. Even better than the jump attack is if you use the shield charge while you're doing the jump. You can do KO damage to the head of the monster. And if you do this a couple of times in a row, you can knock it out. Depending on your weapon, it's between the third and the fifth attack. This time it's the third. And you get your 3 hits. Alright, this is it for the lance. I hope you find this kind of useful. If you liked this quick overview, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, give it a thumbs down. Both is appreciated, because both helps me learn what you guys like and what not. And we see us in the next one. Bye!